Hi there, this is the second part of our guidance on referencing. In this video, I'll explain the importance of in-text citations and, by developing a specific example, demonstrate how to use citations within our writing. Parts 2 and 3 of this guide will focus specifically on how to reference using Cite Them Right Harvard style. Remember that every complete reference has two parts, the in-text citation and the reference list entry. The in-text citation is the part of the reference which appears within the body of our writing. Citations feature within sentences, indicating to the reader that the sentence contains an idea which has been brought in from another source. The in-text citation does not tell the reader all of the details about this evidence. That is the purpose of the reference list, which will be explained in part 3 of this video. Instead, the citation simply alerts the reader to the fact that we are using evidence and gives the reader the information they need to find the source in our reference list. It is useful to think of the citation as a sort of flag or marker, highlighting to your reader that you are using evidence within a sentence. In Cite Them Right Harvard, our citations will normally contain three pieces of information: the author's surname or surnames, the date the source was published, and the page number from which we took the information we are paraphrasing or quoting. The only exception to this is if, within our sentence, we are summarising a large amount of information, such as an entire book chapter or a journal article. In this instance, we didn't take the information from one specific page in the source, meaning that when we are summarising, our citation should be just the author's surname and the date of publication. In the next few slides, I'll demonstrate how we should present citations in our writing by using an example of a specific source. In this example, I'm going to demonstrate how to present a citation when paraphrasing from a source, as paraphrasing is the most common way to integrate evidence into academic writing. The source I'm using for this example is a book called Essential Communication Skills for Nursing and Midwifery by Philippa Sully and Joan Dallas. We can see from the copyright page in the book that it was published in 2010. Now that we have authors' surnames and the date of publication, we have two of the three pieces of information required for a citation when paraphrasing from a source. As I'm paraphrasing information from the book, the third piece of information I need for my citation is the number of the page from which I took the ideas. In this case, I paraphrased some of the ideas concerning reflective practice from the first paragraph on page 20. Now that we have all of the information required for our citation, we must present it in the correct way. In Cite Them Right Harvard, there are two ways you can do this. As you can see, both versions of this citation contain exactly the same information: the author's surnames, Sully and Dallas, the date of publication, 2010, and the page number, page 20. Really, the only difference between the two is where we place the round brackets and how many commas we use. Using the first citation type from the previous page, our sentence reads, Sully and Dallas find that the purpose of reflective practice is to encourage actions that improve nursing practice through problem solving, resilience, insight, and empathy. This is an example of using a citation in an author-driven sentence. We can see in this way of presenting the citation that the names of the authors, Sully and Dallas, appear as part of our sentence. When we mention our authors' names in this way within the sentence, to complete the citation, we simply place the date and the page number, separated by a comma, immediately after the author's names, wherever these names appear in the sentence. The second way to present our citation can be seen on this slide. This time the sentence reads, the purpose of reflective practice is to encourage actions that improve nursing practice through problem solving, resilience, insight, and empathy. Notice that this is exactly the same information about reflective practice which was paraphrased in the previous slide. This time I've used the citation in what we would call an information-driven sentence. The authors no longer feature as part of the sentence. We are not attributing this information to Sully and Dallas within the sentence itself, meaning that we now place all of the citation information at the end of the sentence, with everything, including the author's surnames, in brackets, and all three elements of the citation separated by commas. Notice that the full stop for the sentence comes after the final round bracket. Both of these ways of presenting a citation are correct. There is not one way that is better than the other. Really, how we present our citation just depends on how we want to structure our sentence. We just need to ensure that whichever sentence type we choose, author-driven or information-driven, we present our citation in the correct place within the sentence and use the brackets correctly. While neither citation type is considered better than the other, it is good to see a mixture of the two variations within academic writing. One point to note concerning citations is that when the source has 4 or more authors, we stop using all of the surnames within the in-text citation as we would do for 1, 2 or 3 authors. Instead, when the source has 4 or more authors, we use the first author's surname, as it appears in the source, plus the phrase et al. Our citations will count towards our final word count. Therefore, to help save words, using et al. In this way means that we do not use up lots of words within our writing when sources have multiple authors. It should also be noted that some sources are not authored by specific people, but rather are attributed to organisations. In such instances, where we do not have a specific person or people noted as authors of a source, but we can name an organisation as an author, we simply use the organisation's name in the citation in place of an author's surname. Be careful to avoid the common mistake in the below citation in this slide. The Scottish Government is an organisation which may be the author of a source. However, many students make the mistake of presenting this as gov.scot, which is the web address of the Scottish Government, not the name of the organisation itself. Remember, our citations should always contain the name of an author, whether that author be a person or an organisation. Finally, remember that the citation is just one part of the reference, and that it must have a corresponding entry in the reference list. If citations appear in our writing, but there is no corresponding entry in the reference list, then our reader won't have enough information to judge the credibility of the source, and we will not be awarded any marks for its use. The third part of this video guide will cover the reference list. Thanks for listening. Remember, you can get further support with the topic discussed in this presentation or anything else academic skills related by booking a 30-minute academic skills appointment through UWS Careers and Skills site. Hour-long group appointments can also be arranged by emailing skills@uws.ac.uk. Please also have a listen to our podcasts on academic skills, including the one on referencing. All episodes are available on Spotify. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.